We are finally here, and what a week it's been. 3 accommodations, 1 car purchased, and a couple of Australian animals ticked off the bingo card list. We're talking highs, challenges, and giving an update on what we've been up to in our first week of being in Perth. Last Thursday the 7th, we were doing our final bits of packing and spent our last day in the house.
So the day before the Thursday, we found out that the house was going to complete on the Thursday. So everything was sort of going off. We were waiting to hear the phone call for when the house had completed. We needed to give the keys to the new buyer, and there was a lot of timing involved. We didn't have a car at this point, so we did lots of walking around in the rain that morning. We got the mattresses outside ready for someone to collect, because you need the mattresses the last night you're in the house.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot, I suppose.
It was a lot.
I suppose the timing couldn't have been any better.
The timing was perfect. It was stressful but perfect. If we could have planned it, that's exactly how we would have wanted it.
Yeah,
but not knowing that it was going to complete that day, and we were potentially completing this side of the world, was stressful.
Got a taxi.
We went to Clayton Hotel in Manchester, which was meant to be good for kids, and it was really suitable for us.
Yeah, it had
so I can recommend that.
It had like an extra room on it, and it felt like you had more space, and the kids were a little bit separate from us, which was quite nice.
Yeah, so that was good. So the hotel and the taxi were paid for by Department of Education, which was really nice for us.
Then we woke up the following morning, and we ended up having to do a little mad dash to TSB. We didn't realise that even though we'd organised our money to be transferred over to Australian dollars, that the bank wouldn't let us send the money. Luckily enough, our flight was at 2 p.m, so TSB nearby, and we managed to
taxi there, sign off the pounds going to dollars,
yeah,
and we've got our dollars.
That's another layer of something else, wasn't it, that morning? But yeah, luckily it's all sorted now. And yeah, so then it was on to the airport.
And onto the plane. We had 2 Emirates flights. We had a flight Friday afternoon to Dubai, and then in the early hours of Dubai on to Perth for the Saturday, arriving at 5:30 Perth time.
Terminal 1 at Manchester
was horrendous.
If you've never been to Terminal 1,
it was slow.
It was awful.
We didn't even get one of those photos with the flag, did we? It was just madness.
Oh, it was hard work.
We did have 13 bags and 2 children, so yeah.
13 bags was ridiculous, but it was walking through the double doors. It was some lifts. It was a walk around some car parks. It was absolutely ridiculous.
And then with the Soft Sports Direct bags, you were waiting at a second check-in, so you had to check those in somewhere else for the pram to still get damaged anyway. So what was the point in us going to that one?
Yeah,
it was difficult.
And then the security was another level of
slow
and challenging, and they were all.
It's not their fault. There was only, out of the however many lanes that could be open, there was 2 of them checking hundreds of people's stuff. They just needed more. But Emirates were really good. I really liked Emirates. I liked the food. The entertainment was good. I think the only thing that would have helped is if our children and we slept a bit longer, but that's not Emirates' fault, I guess.
Yeah, like the seats had loads of space. Like they were very, very comfortable. I think the first flight, which was in the daytime, surprisingly, even though we didn't sleep well the night before, it went really well, and like we were all up for watching films, playing games, and we were all okay. And if that flight had gone on a couple more hours, I think we would have still been okay.
Yeah.
We got to Dubai. The kids fell asleep in the buggies.
Those Dubai strollers are really, really helpful.
Yeah, really good. They fell asleep in them, and then again, I think the challenge was we got back on the aeroplane and we just sat there for ages,
waiting to take off.
But the kids can't go to sleep while you're waiting to take off
because they've got to be sat up,
upright, strapped in. So once we finally set off, then we could be like, right, you can lay back down and try and go to sleep. Noah did really well. Eventually,
did 7 hours.
About 7 hours. Jack found it a lot harder, surprisingly. He was really good, but he
behaved really well, but he did 4 hours, which, I mean, he managed well because he was happy with films and he just soothed on those.
Yeah.
The head things were quite comfortable.
Yeah, the pillars we got were good, but everybody was just laid out and they had like 4 seats to themselves.
We were unlucky and just mad busy around us. We couldn't nick a seat anywhere. So
so lots of people managed to sleep, so that's good for them. So if you ever get a flight, hopefully you get some space around you.
When we arrived, Gareth from International Recruitment through the Department of Education came and met us, which was really helpful because we didn't know where we were going. He helped put us in a taxi and helped bring our bags to the hotel and things, so that was really helpful. There's a bird. Still cannot get over the Australian wildlife. Oh, it's gone. Missed it. Everywhere you look, there's something new to see. It's just so beautiful. So yeah, I just got distracted. So we stayed for the first 3 nights at Ibis Styles, East Perth. Like it was a good hotel in its location, so it was close to the car rental for the next day, close to the national storage in Perth City, which was useful for getting our car, walking to it, getting our bags in the car that we didn't need, taking them to storage. But I wouldn't stay there too long. We did 3 nights and that was enough. Breakfast was nice, but with all 4 of us in
such a small little room,
a room about the size of what you can see behind us, including like the bathroom and the shower area, it was tight.
Yeah,
and at points they were waking each other up.
And we were jet lagged.
Yeah.
And I think if I could do it all over again, I think I'd break the journey up. Fly in the day for 7-8 hours, get off, stay a few nights in a city, enjoy that city, then get back on a flight and go back to the UK, because I don't even know if it was just jet lag, it was just the lack of a whole night's sleep plus the night before.
Yeah, we did do 2 days with about 4 hours sleep.
So then that made it really difficult. So flying back to the UK, we're breaking that up, I think.
So Sunday, like we've said, we've picked up the car, we've dropped our baggage off that we don't need, that we're sending up to Port Hetland, but we don't need for the bit of travelling that we're doing. We've dropped that off at National Storage. We've been for a walk around Perth. Absolutely stunning, beautiful day in terms of the weather. Very, very lucky. So,
like, first impressions of Perth is just like how clean it is, how beautiful it is. Obviously, it helped the sun was shining, and like you say, there's parks everywhere. There's toilets everywhere as well. The amount of Aussies that said something like "shame about the weather," and we're like,
shorts on,
shorts and t-shirts on. Definitely the tourists like, what do you mean shame about the weather?
Everyone's in there, the beanies and
the hat, the coat, the winter coats. And we're like, this is glorious.
So something else we noticed by the Monday is that there are so many parks everywhere. And I said in Perth, but as we've come down the coast a little bit and we're in Mandurah now, there's just so many different parks for the kids. Every 5-minute walk, there's a new park. So the kids were entertained in Perth because they were happy just with a walk to the park here and there. So we did a bit of that on Monday, walking a bit more around Perth. So while we're in the city, we went to Toyota to have a look at cars. We knew we wanted a Toyota based on the reputation, the build, the reliability, and because when you go into an area that's red dust and rocks for roads, we figured we needed something that was rugged and not going to break down. So we bought a Corolla and we were asking for it window tinted. We asking it to be sent up.
So we were looking for 2 cars. So we wanted to run around, and then we wanted an actual like 4x4 car that was ready to go on adventures, and they didn't have anything in stock at the time. So
we bought the run around. So we haven't got it yet, have we? They're keeping it for us, which is really good. So thank you, Toyota City. On Tuesday, we left Ibis Styles and we were going to Scarborough for 3 nights, and it had like a heated pool and things. So on the way there, we went to Commbank. Now, Commbank allows you to open a UK bank account, open an Australian bank account in the UK, and then when you get here, take your ID in. So I did that. HSBC, on another note, does allow you to open it without taking the ID in. It has a system whereby you take a photograph of yourself with the ID and do all of that. And then we went to Scarborough, saw some absolutely gorgeous scenery and
the best sunset, I think.
Yeah. Scarborough is where we saw our first non-UK animal. We saw a lizard in the park.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. Jack was just in love with the lizard.
Yeah, he
would not leave it alone, but the lizard would only come out when you left it alone. So he's learned a new skill. On the Thursday of this week, just gone. Went to Hillary's Aquarium, which was amazing. It was brilliant, wasn't it? So the kids really loved it, seeing all those animals. We came out and watched on the harbour and saw a bit more of Hillary's, and that's a really good thing to do, I think, if you're spending a bit of time north of Perth. On the way down to Mandurah, we went to Fremantle.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah.
We went around the markets, we went to the prison, we just had a little pot around, and
I was really amazed, with all the free, like how much you could, especially the prison, how much you could do for free. There's absolutely no way that you were getting that close to any sort of anything of value in the UK without paying.
Yeah. We went on the big wheel.
The big wheel, that was
wheel
good.
as well. That was really good. The kids loved that. Went to parks.
Yeah. If people say that Perth there's not a lot to do, it's absolutely perfect. It's potentially too busy for us.
Yeah,
so...
we actually, the plan was just to have a quick stop at Fremantle on the way down, but
we were there 3 hours.
It wasn't a quick stop.
No, it was great.
Nice.
But we wanted to get down to Mandurah because time was ticking on by this point.
Yeah, it was.
So we came down to Mandurah and have spent a night here, and
yeah, it looks beautiful.
It's stunning.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
So we went to the beach and have spent a bit of time in our little, very cold pool. Make sure you're getting a heated pool if you're getting something with a pool, guys. It's freezing.
Well, in winter.
In winter, yeah. I bet it's nice in summer, but right now no one's touching it.
Yeah, even the kids have just dipped their hand in and gone, no.
Yeah. On our first walk of the beach, it was our first walk, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
our first walk of
the
beach in Mandurah, saw a pod of dolphins, which was unbelievable, and we had the drone up for the second time. So this week in Perth, I bought a drone because I thought it'd be nice to get some aerial shots of the things we go and do. And I couldn't believe it when I was practicing with it. Tasha was getting annoyed that she had both kids and I'm there having a nice time flying this thing, and all of a sudden, look, dolphins! It was dolphins.
Trying to get them off the beach. It was like, come on, guys, it's time to go. And as Noah ran away from me doing his 2-year-old, I'm not doing what you say. I look around at him, he's trying to swim in the sea, and there we are, pod of dolphins.
Dolphins, unbelievable.
Jerome comes over my head.
Yeah. That was amazing. So we're absolutely loving it and looking forward to this week.
Yeah.
So the next stop this week is we need to find a proper car to help us do a bit of travelling of the Pilbara roads. If we want to go to Karratha or to Broome, we need a bigger car. We're looking at a Toyota Fortuner, so they're hard to come by. They're not as easy as you think, so we need to go and find one of those this week.
Yeah. So I'm really glad that we're thinking of getting that here and getting it transported up, because how hard they seem to have been to find here, I can only imagine how hard cars are. And
expensive. They'll be expensive up there as well in Headland. So we're going to go see some Mandurah giants. So that'll come to you in the next video, and just spend a bit more time exploring and seeing what Mandurah has to offer. After that, we're going to head up to Mullaloo in Perth just to grab a few bits for our house and hopefully get those sent up to Headland in time for our October start. And then after that, we're going to come back down and head through Mandurah and on our way to Margaret River, through Bunbury, Busselton, Dunsborough, Margaret River. So if you've got any things that are a must-do or a must-see, let us know. And just before you go, maybe like the next video that pops up here. If not, we'll see you next time you're on, seeing what we get up to next.